Hi, back for head shave number 4. This time I'm gonna do a bit of a comparison between the Mach 3, the Gillette Mach 3 and the leaf razor. So I'm gonna do half of my head with the Mach 3 and half with a leaf. So there's the Mach 3. The last time I used it on my head I put a new blade in it. As far as I'm aware it's not been used since. And the leaf. And then hardware, I'm using the Evil Zebra Yaki brush. So, Evil Zebra Yaki brush. Spray, I'm going to use this with ice cold water in it because it's a lovely warm day. BIceni pre-shave, get it that way. Then a new soap to me. It's Pheonix and Beaux Iceni, which is supposed to have, let's have a look, citrus musk and resin. I'm no big, I'm not great with scents, so I just know if I like it. I don't know what I'm smelling, but if I like the smell, then So the usual candidate is the tea tree and witch hazel from Beaux, and then the partner to the shaving soap is the post-shave lotion Iceni Pheonix and Beaux post-shave. So I'm going to follow that up with Marks and Spencer's original wood spice gentleman. So I'm hoping that that's all good. And then obviously I finish off with the Nivea, which is my go-to. That and the Sarko, but I tend to stick with the Nivea. So right, I'm going to wet the head. Oh, that's so nice. Ice cold. Put some pre-shave gel, which is the BIceni. I'm not sure, I do use a lot of product, but I just enjoy, when I do shave, which isn't as often as a lot of people, when I do shave, I enjoy using as much product as I can on myself, so that I get the most enjoyment out of the shave. Now I haven't pre-bloomed this, so it's dry. It's a hard soap. So with this, I'm just going to, at the bottom, just not at the top. So it's something I've learned. So I'm going to go straight in with this. This is the first time I've ever used Pheonix and Beaux product. So I'm hoping it'll be a pleasant experience. I'm pretty sure it will be. I'm just going to load up really well. I'm putting it up there so you can see, but it's creating loads of lather. And that's the one thing, as I keep on and on and on about it, I suppose, but this is why I prefer synthetics, because if this had been a boar or the badger, it would have taken me longer to get to that stage. So, I can't even scoop it all out, there's that much of it. So straight to the head, I'm going to put a bit more because it's so warm. I think a lot of this is coming off. So, right, here we go. Oh, this is, I wouldn't say it's got a really strong smell. And I can't really smell the citrus. This has got more of a musky smell. But don't rely on my scent glands. They're not, you know, I mean, they're good. I don't know, I just haven't trained them. So I've been looking forward to this shave because it pits what I was using first time round, and it gives me a far better or far more knowledgeable sort of comparison, because I did say the leaf was by far closer than the Mach 3. Well, today we're going to find out for certain. So, because I only thought after I posted the video and saw that, I thought, yeah, I haven't really done the comparison, so I can't really say that this is definitely closer. It certainly felt closer, but we'll see. So I'm going to draw a line down my head. So there you go, one half, the other half. So I'm going to go first time off with the Mach. And this is, as I say, the last time I used this I put a fresh blade in and it still feels like a fresh blade. I don't think it's been used on my son's face, so ooh, it's interesting doing a head shave when you've got just the slightest touch of sunburn. I'm getting a lot of feedback from this. So I hope everybody's had a good week. It seems that, you know, a lot of countries are now relaxing the rules and regulations, and as I said in my last video, you know, I just hope they're making the right decisions. But our numbers are going down, the deaths are going down and things like that, so who knows? I mean, maybe we are through it, but I just don't want to see it coming back, that's all. Right, so we're going to go now with the leaf. And immediately, I don't really feel the blades. So there is a difference straight away. I feel that bar at the top. That's what I'm feeling. So some people would say that's more comfortable. Others might think it's less efficient, but the proof's in the feel afterwards. So So this is all with the grain, first pass. yeah, I would say there's still a lot of hair left at the nape of my neck. But I would say it's definitely less here on this side, on the loose side. Not by as much as I thought it would be, but definitely less. So back on with the soap. Let's take some more out of this bowl because there's still a lot left in there. I just want to make sure I get as much out of here as possible. So scent strength on this soap, I'd put it below 5, 4, 5. It's there. I wouldn't say it's a strong scented soap. Oh no, I can smell the citrusy background with this. So I've got it now, which is a bit weird because I could only smell the musk first time round, but maybe it needs time to mature in the brush. But it's definitely not a strong scent. Quality of the soap is, it's very good. It's very slick. Would I say it's better than a lot of other soaps? Let's for instance compare it to one of my favourite soaps that has very little scent at all, which is Macaroot. Now Macaroot, I personally think, is one of the kings of slickness. It's an absolutely fantastic soap, and the protection it gives you. This is, it's not a long way off, but it's not close either. I don't think it's slick, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's in the same league as the Macaroot, but I don't know. So, wrong side. Leaf. Got to remember. So, against the grain. I only do 2 passes on my head, pretty much, and I clean up. I can definitely hear that. I don't know whether the microphone will pick that up, but it's about the halfway mark, I think. I'm still on the learning curve with which hand to hold this in, and I think IMCDB said it's something like, I don't know, 16 shaves or 15 shaves before you actually start to really crack it. Right, so I'm going to go now with the Mach. I mean, in some respects, if this turns out an even match, I'll be a little bit surprised, but it won't upset me or anything, you know. I didn't think I've thrown 80 quid or 80 pounds at a razor that I didn't need. Because at the end of the day, in the long term, you've got to remember the blades are about 6p each, so you're using 1.5 blades, so that's 9p. Whereas the blade on, you know, to replace the blades on this, it's a lot more. Now you might be able to get more shaves out of these, that could be an argument, but you're still not going to get close to 9p a shave. Oh, that reminds me. Maya has tagged me to do a budget video tomorrow, so that's going to be my shave tomorrow. I was going to use a new razor that I've just received, but I'm not now because I've been tagged. So that will have to be saved for next week. But it was, yeah, I made a on-the-spot decision to buy this razor. It's a razor that I've had in the back of my mind for a long time as to whether I should buy one. And you'll see what it is next week. It was based on some news about a certain company that may no longer be with us in the not too distant future, so I just went ahead and bought the razor that as I say, I've been thinking about for a long time. So from that you might know what I'm talking about. Right, so let's see how we're doing. Definitely need to pick up on this side. Smooth on this side. And to be fair, no, there is a slight difference. And there's certainly more pickups, but that could be down to me missing bits. So there's not a huge difference. I think most people find that quite difficult to tell the difference, but I'm going to go for the pickup pass anyway, because I enjoy shaving. I mean, the reason I leave my beard for 7 days is I can. I never used to, but I thought when I was doing my shaving journey, I wanted to test all the razors in the same fashion. Now actually, I think in the beginning there were times when I'd actually shaved midweek and forgotten that I was doing a 7-day shave. So I think in the first couple of videos that may not have been the case, but I just felt it was fair and a good test of a razor to go up against a 7-day beard growth. So that's what I've been doing. But after, you know, if for instance there's a week where there isn't a new razor on its way, and there's certainly one more razor that I want to get at the moment. There may be others in the future, but there's the Lupo, the Razor Rock Lupo, is it? I want to get that in stainless steel because a lot of people have been talking about it. So that is my next purchase. Once it's available over here, I'm not going to buy it and import it from the States because the import duties are too high. And to be fair, there's a company, Connaught Shaving, in the UK that sells Razor Rock products, and they're not a lot more expensive than the dollar figure. So I'm going to wait until somebody in the UK stocks it. Before actually pulling the trigger on it. Because what did I buy? I think it was a Razor Rock product. I think it was the Game Changer I bought. And I had to pay almost £20 in administration fees and import taxes, which really increases the price. And I'm sure you guys in the States have a similar problem if you want to buy something from the UK. I can't wait until we do some kind of trade deal where even if it's just on razors and soap and stuff like that, that'd be brilliant. Void of import tax. That would be quite something. I think there'd be quite a lot of purchasing going on back and forth. So let's see, have I got that spot? Now you see there's a little spot where I think the hair grows in various directions. That's it, that's got it. So that's that half of the head done. And this side doesn't really need a pickup pass, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's just getting used to holding it. And I have to say that is definitely a complaint I've got about this razor, is the handle when it's wet, even slightly wet as this is really quite slippery. It's quite unpleasant. You have to focus a lot on what you're doing. If only they would produce one with proper knurling on it, with a much grippier surface, then I think that would probably do better. I mean, now I've got this, I probably wouldn't buy the one with better knurling, but because this one's cost me enough as it is. But luckily I got this one from a UK supplier that was actually selling it at the same price as the dollar price in the US. So to me, yeah, that means we're paying just slightly more, not a lot, and that's fine by me. I don't mind that. And that's basically what I tend to look for if I'm going to try and buy a razor that's made in the US. I'll look for a supplier over here and look for a similar pound price to dollar price in the US. Right, let's see. Yeah, I've got a bit close up here, I think. I would say they're equal at the moment. I don't think there's any difference between them. I think there's a bit more pickup to do around the sides of the neck. And I'm just going to do that with the leaf. Because it's the neck, it's not the head. So there we go. That's me done. Let's get, I'm going to go with cold water straight on. Actually, where's my towel? Let's do that. I've obviously cut myself again, but my head will get used to it eventually. I'm not going to show you that. That looks pretty. I think I've done it in the same spot. But I'll give you. I'll turn around so you can see where it's cut. But I think that's the same place as I cut it last time. So I'm going to get the alum on it in a second. Here we go. Right, no sting on the Mach side. and no sting so far on the leaf side. Oh, there is there, but there's a cut up there. I've just spotted it. That's a spot that I've noticed this week, so I think I've just decapitated it. So I think there's just a slight tingle more on the leaf side, which would suggest to me the leaf's a bit more efficient, but you can't feel the blade. At least I can't. Maybe I'm loading the blades wrong. I mean, I don't know. Somebody tell me if they can feel the blade and something's wrong. But it doesn't feel as aggressive as even the Mach 3. On the Mach 3 you can feel it cutting. But I guess that's more tugging. So yeah. I would say it's a more comfortable shave than the Mach. But yeah, I'm just going to get rid of this. Maya's done a good video, but I didn't bring up any of the soaps or anything that she suggested to use. But Maya's done a good video. One of the problems I have is the drain pipe from this sink is quite narrow, and the U-bend is quite narrow. And it can get blocked really easily. And also the soap scum that gathers in there and coagulates into, you know, something quite, when it coagulates, it's something quite smelly. So since I've been using this bowl system, I've had none of that. Right, this is probably ready to come off now, so back on with a cold flannel. Just try and straighten this a little bit. Face shave tomorrow, as I say, is the budget shave. This sticks to the head, as I keep saying. I mean, it sticks to the head anyway. I think it's the material. This is obviously not cotton, which is where I think it will. It's microfiber, and it was fairly cheap, to be fair. I think I paid about £5 or £6 for 2 of them. So yeah, quite cheap. I don't know how it compares with the towels that IMCDB uses, but these don't look anywhere near as good. But again, if there wasn't the import tax to deal with, I'd probably get some. But you know, I just can't justify that. I mean, there's a lot of soap left. I've squeezed most of it out now anyway, so. Right. So, let's just get the soap off. Or clean up the puck. And then I'll just leave it to dry. I don't put the lid straight back on that, I'll leave that to dry. Right, on with the witch hazel. A bit of a sting, not too much. Let that do its work. Do a bit more on the brush. We've had some pretty good weather here. Apparently it's going to turn cold again for the weekend, but for today and tomorrow it's going to be quite warm. because my bedroom is actually up in the roof, it gets really bloody hot up there, like mega hot. It turns into, it's that well insulated, but you can, if you can imagine, the roof tiles heat up during the day and they radiate heat into the room all night long. So when it's warm outside during the day and cools off at night, in my bedroom it is still toasty, shall we say, all through the night. So yeah, you have that to contend with when you want a nice room with a nice view. But yeah, right, so I'm going on with the post-shave lotion. First time I'm using this as well, so I'm going to put a little bit of this in there, so I'm only using that much. It's like a gel actually. Anyway, oh wow, oh now that's got a lovely scent. Now I can definitely smell the citrus, I can definitely smell the muskiness. That's beautiful. Now that's a much stronger scent than the soap. Just waiting for this to rub in. But yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. I can really smell that. I must admit, had I realised it was going to have the scent strength that it has, I probably wouldn't have gone with the aftershave. But I'm going to. So here we go. So I'm going to go on with, I actually had way too much lotion there. There's still loads on my head and my head still feels wet. But so on with the Marks and Spencer's Original Wood Spice. And that's got a burn to it. But there we go. So yeah, Original Wood Spice Gentleman, Marks and Spencer's. If you can get your hands on some of this, anybody in the UK, that's well worth it. And I think Paul H has got the red bottle, and that's a bottle I probably will try and get my hands on at some point. Maybe when this lockdown's over, and if Marks and Spencer survives the virus. But so I'm just going to go now, follow up with the Nivea cream, and I'm literally putting that much on. So it's I wouldn't say that's even a pea size. I'm just going to let that soak in. So that's basically me for this shave. I'm back tomorrow, as I said, with the budget shave, so I hope to see you all there. I've had a lot of new subscribers lately, so thanks for joining and thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I think there's one subscriber that sticks out in my mind. I think his name Belfast Lad. Oh, Belfast something. I think it's Belfast Lad. And he was my 50th subscriber. So thank you very much, Belfast Lad. And all the subscribers I've had since. I think I'm on 64 subscribers now. So we're coming up to the 100. We're on the way. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps the channel. It helps me. And if you give me a thumbs up as well, that's great. And any comments, I will do my best to reply. I don't get a lot of comments yet, so I will reply to as many comments as I possibly can. But if they get to a point like Paul H has, I think I'd be on there replying to them all day long. So, but anyway, thanks again. Head shave number 4 complete. I would say it's a draw. But it was only a draw at the end of the pickup pass. Up until then, I think the leaf was winning, even though it didn't feel like it was. So, I'm still impressed with the leaf, and I'm going to be using the leaf as my normal head shave razor from now on. So there's not going to be a lot of switching for that unless something falls into my hands for me to look at, and I might try it. But at the end of the day, the leaf will do me for now. I won't be using it for a face shave, as I think you all saw in my last video. If you haven't seen that, I'll probably link that up here somewhere. At the end of the day, I pitched it against 7 days growth, the leaf razor against 7 days growth, and whilst the end result was okay, I didn't enjoy that shave anywhere near as much as I do a DE shave. So I won't be using the leaf on the face again. I'll just use it for my head. But anyway, thanks very much, and it's bye-bye from me, and bye-bye from the Mach 3 and the leaf. Thanks a lot.